Hi, it's Danielle here from Awaken Your Voice, and I want to share with you something that happened with a client the other day. She's been preparing for a big performance. She's a singer and an actress, and she said that she was having some problems with vocal stamina as she was performing. And I said, okay, tell me, can you describe what's going on? And she said, well, when I'm in rehearsals and I'm in the middle of my song, and even when I'm delivering some of the dialogue in my scenes, I just feel like there's a lack of vocal stamina. And I said, okay, what specifically? And she said she can't get her breathing right, and then she feels like her voice kind of runs out of steam a little bit. And I said, okay. I said, can you take me back into that moment of when that's showing up in your performance? And just see if you can tune into it for a moment and feel what that feels like in your body. And so she did that, and she said, oh, it feels quite stressful in my body. And I said, yes, it would. And the reason why that happens is because when we're really focused on, what we're meant to be doing and applying things like vocal technique and good breathing technique in the moment, then it takes us away from our presence in our body, and it brings us right up into our thinking mind. And when we're driven by our thinking mind, it creates a lot of tension in the body, because the mind is thinking and it's trying to work it out. And it's also trying to process, am I doing this well enough? Is this good enough in the moment? Can I do this better? And the constant worrying and overthinking about it in the moment. And what it does is it pulls you away from what you're meant to be doing, which is just being really, truly present in the moment. So what I mean by that is, it's nothing woo-woo. It's just as simple as, we don't need more vocal technique and good breathing techniques and stamina exercises, because she has done plenty of that and her voice has improved remarkably this year. So she's been doing the hard work, and she's been applying all the physical techniques to be able to get her voice to do what she wants it to do in the most easy and effortless way. But vocal technique isn't going to get you there alone. You certainly need that to be a elite and professional performer or speaker or whatever it is that you're doing. But what we need to always remember is that we cannot disconnect ourselves from being truly present with the truth and the emotion and the moment of what we want to say and express. Because the only thing that matters is that moment, in the present moment, what is really happening and what do I really want to say. That's all that's left. And so when you can learn to just bring yourself back into your body, this, which is the instrument, especially if you're a singer and performer, and trust yourself that, you can allow yourself to soften and relax and open the body so that you can allow it to function in the way it's meant to function, with effortlessness and ease and flow. So what I got her to do was think about this very moment. I said, well, how do you feel right now that you're just having this conversation with me? And she said, I feel quite relaxed in my body. And I said, are you trying to apply any vocal technique, or remember where to take the breath, and try to be good at what you're doing and put effort into communicating with me right now? And she said, no, of course not. We're just having a conversation. And I said, it's often as simple as that. That's often the part that we miss, that we're no longer in a worrying, thinking, doing mode of applying good technique in the moment, but rather we're just being in our body, and we're just being in that moment and the truth, and accessing exactly what the message is that we want to communicate. And we often forget that. When we're in thinking, doing, pushing, making sure I'm getting it right mode, then it pulls us up out of our body and creates a lot of tension, often contraction in the body. And the voice, you can't produce the best possible sound when you're in that mode. Of course your breathing is going to be out of whack because you don't have access to the deeper part of your body. It brings us up into a stressful state. But when you just get still and get aware of your body and come back into the heart and soul and the real purpose and of your message and the story, or the lyric that you're trying to communicate, then the body can start to soften and can start to open, and everything just relaxes down into its most natural position. And you may even just hear my voice just relaxing and settling a little bit more now, and how that changes the tone. And then we can just breathe more freely. And now I can access the deeper parts of my body, which is where all the emotional stuff is stored, and where the intention is of what I want to do, and the true purpose and the passion and the heart and the soul of everything that I want to communicate in this moment. And now I have access not only to truth and emotion, but I also have access to my whole body. And now it's able to do exactly what it's designed to do, to work effortlessly and produce my sound, the best, most open sound that I can produce, with great natural support. And this is how we want to be able to show up in performance and in any type of communication. Not only on the stage, but even when you're trying to have a one-on-one conversation with somebody to get your message heard, to be able to express yourself truthfully and honestly. And when we're performing or speaking in a more public sense, then we cannot forget that that is the ultimate purpose of what we're here to do. And the more you can get present in that moment and stay focused on the inner voice that needs to be expressed in that moment, then the more powerful you will be in that moment. And the stronger your voice will be, and there will be less effort, less pushing, less forcing, and you will be able to connect more deeply with your audience too, because you're connecting more deeply with yourself. So I hope that's helpful for anyone out there who's not only just using vocal technique and you doing public speaking or singing and performing, but for anybody who just wants to be more truthfully expressed out there. Get present and get real and connect in with your body, your emotions, and what you really want to say. And that's what will make you the most powerful person in the room. Please reach out if you want to be able to explore this further, and I'd love to connect with you.